Alright, so as Module 3 comes to a close, what have we done? Certainly had a bit of fun along the way. I looked at a few different types of chemical reactions. We've looked at dissolution reactions, precipitation reactions, looked at acid-base reactions, had a look at endothermic and exothermic reactions, and then we looked at combustion, an example of some particularly useful exothermic reactions in our day-to-day lives. So certainly sampled a few everyday and useful types of chemical reactions, both for chemists and for the world at large. But our time is limited. There are so many more different types of chemical reactions out there. Wish I had time to show you more. We could have discussed things like redox chemistry. So there's an example in this video for you here. Redox chemistry involves the transfer of electrons from one atom or group of atoms to another. It's responsible for things like the batteries that you use to power all of your mobile devices. It's responsible for many of our own biological processes. Again, huge and interesting branch of chemistry, just sadly not time. Or we could have talked about ligands, complex ions and coordination chemistry. I've got a reaction here showing how the properties of a solution can change by carefully adding new and different chemicals. In fact, if you remember our drinks demonstration that I did at the start of this module, it relied pretty heavily on this idea. And there are countless other branches of chemistry that we haven't even mentioned. So a shame that we can only scratch the surface, but here we are. That being said, it's been fun showing you some chemical reactions, but there's nothing like being able to get your hands on and try these things for yourself. And I'm pleased to say chemistry isn't something that's just isolated to the lab and doesn't occur anywhere else. It occurs everywhere, all around you. And there often are some simple things that you can explore even in the comfort of your own home. For example, we talked about acid-base chemistry earlier. Red cabbage. If you boil a red cabbage and collect the juice from it, it is actually a natural acid-base indicator. So what people have done for fun before is made their own natural universal indicator and then tried adding household products to it to see what kind of colours they get, whether their foods are acidic or basic, they're cleaning products. So chemistry for the home. We did a reaction in the lab where we reacted hydrochloric acid with sodium carbonate and we made plumes of bubbles of carbon dioxide gas. I don't expect you to have hydrochloric acid lying around the home, but you probably will have vinegar in the cupboard. Vinegar and baking powder, vinegar and washing soda. This will provide similar results. So again, you can pour them into a glass and watch the plumes, try not to make a mess. If you feel like being a little bit more adventurous, some people have taken it to the next degree and tried making rockets. A little bit more fiddly, but again, lots of fun. I'm sure you remember the slime, the goo we made in an earlier module. Again, that's made by ingredients that you can find around the home or can substitute. Again, bit of safety involved, probably a good idea to buy some gloves if you are planning on making it. You can pick them up at any supermarket. So again, all of these things can be very readily done around the home. In fact, there's another famous experiment, I'll let you investigate this for yourself, called hot ice, which again can be done with vinegar and baking soda. Lots of fun. So don't be afraid to try some safe, practical chemistry around the home, but again, make sure it's safe. In the next module, we're going to start looking at quantitative chemistry. We're going to look at the way that chemists see the world, and it really is quite different when it comes to quantifying matter. Find new ways of counting out atoms and molecules. We're then going to use these skills of quantification to investigate our chemical reactions and our chemical equations. You will be amazed at some of the predictions that we can make based on this newfound knowledge. Come along, it'll be great. I'll see you there.